Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. Today's going to be a fun episode as we cover the All-Star festivities, and then we're going to make it up to the trade deadline, which will be in the next episode. And we've really got to figure out today what our course of action is for the trade deadline, because we're 48-48. We're not a good team, but we're also not a bad team. We are literally smack dab in the middle, and we've got to figure out if we feel like we can contend for the playoffs and we want to buy, or if we want to sell some of our older players or expiring contracts for young prospects to improve the farm system. So we've certainly got to figure out what we need to do here for this trade deadline and figure out how we can make this team better in the long haul. So we have one more game before the All-Star break. It looks like we're going to have two All-Stars, Emmanuel Clase and Jose Ramirez, both very well deserved. And Jose Ramirez has a shot of participating in the Home Run Derby as well. We'll talk about that in a moment. We also have the Futures game as well. We have two players on the Futures roster, including relief pitcher Oinks Quackenbush, who is one of the international free agents who we signed in the last episode. So in case you missed that one, make sure to check it out in the series playlist. That's where all of the international free agents made by the subscribers were created. We also have first baseman Dustin Harris, who's currently in AAA. He hasn't had a very good season, hitting around 205 since being acquired from the Rangers organization. But hey, he made it. I'm not complaining. Other than that, we did not have any of our other players make the Futures team. We're also going to scroll through the National League roster as well. Jack Leiter is starting for the American League, and he will face off against Takahiro Salaniji, who is one of the many subscriber-made international free agents who, as I said, we talked about in the last episode. So we're going to simulate past this game here against Detroit as well. And as you can see, Home Run Derby, one of our players has been elected to participate. We'll talk about that in a moment. So we lost the game against Detroit, but we also lost the Futures game 1-0. So I guess Dustin Harris could not have done a whole lot, considering the American League team did not score. So let's talk about this Home Run Derby featuring our very own Jose Ramirez, who's going to come in as the 5 seed with 26 home runs. Pretty much in MLB The Show, the top 4 home run getters for each conference are in the Home Run Derby, and Jose Ramirez is currently 4th in the American League, but he is the 5th seed because the top guys in the American League have more home runs than the top guys in the National League. So here we go, the Home Run Derby in Los Angeles. So not only is this a big opportunity for Jose Ramirez to make a name for himself to the casual fans and market himself, but he gets to do it in Los Angeles, the city of bright lights. So that's certainly going to be a fun opportunity for him. Hopefully he doesn't have too much fun in LA, because we want to keep him around long term probably. So we'll be facing off against the 4 seed Hunter Renfroe of the Milwaukee Brewers, and the winner of our matchup between us and Renfroe will face off against the top-seeded Aaron Judge, who defeated number 8 seed Paul Goldschmidt. So far, so good for Jose. Now, keep in mind, you need 2 home runs of at least 440 feet in order to get the 30 seconds of bonus time. There's one at 441. All of Ramirez's home runs are pretty close. There's 440, so he's already got his 30 seconds of bonus time, which has not been added to the clock. So he has the 2.5 minutes plus an additional 30 seconds. So that's going to be a big deal for him, and he is cruising. Currently at 11, make it 12. He is on fire. If I'm Hunter Renfroe, I'm pretty nervous right now. Keep in mind, Ramirez's energy bar is pretty low. He has 1 opportunity per round to use a timeout, catch his breath, get a drink, and he's going to use it right here. So we have 1:20 left, again not counting the 30 seconds of bonus time, and Ramirez is still cruising. 16 home runs right now. Could this one be 17? Yes, it is. And all of these home runs are going fairly deep. Most of them are not like just scraping over. Most of these are at least 420 feet. So Jose Ramirez is really doing well. He is in a groove. Him and his pitcher have good chemistry as that wraps up our initial 4 minutes. Now on to the 30 seconds of bonus time. Currently at 19 home runs. That should be enough to beat Hunter Renfroe, but you never know. Renfroe's a big power hitter. Could this be 22? That's going to be out of here. No, it was short. So he's only going to finish with 21 home runs, which is still very good. Getting a selfie with Luke Voit and Francisco Mejia. So here's Hunter Renfroe. He needs 21 to beat, and he finishes with 14. So not even close. So Ramirez will face off against Aaron Judge in the second round. On the right side of the bracket, it'll be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Jesus Aguilar in the second round. So one of those four will win this home run derby. Ramirez will kick off the second round as the lower seed here against Aaron Judge. Ramirez is the second lowest seed left behind Jesus Aguilar. I'm pretty sure all four odd seeds won because Jose is the 5, Judge is the 1, and then I'm pretty sure Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the 3 seed with Aguilar being the 7th seed. So I guess being an odd numbered seed is luck. So far, no home runs of 440 feet quite yet, and with Ramirez, hey, there's number 1, 444. Just like round 1 against Hunter Renfroe, Ramirez is going first as the lower seed, so because of that, we don't know what the other competitor is going to get, so we have to be cruising through the whole 4+ minutes. As we call the timeout, we now have the 30 seconds of bonus time as well. That one hits the top of the foul pole. This one also will hit the tippy top of the foul pole. Seems like Ramirez is swinging a little bit early. I guess that's what happens when you have pretty much lobs being pitched to you. But Ramirez is getting back in a groove. Now at 16 home runs. He's really been on fire since calling that timeout. Probably a couple more swings before the 30 seconds of bonus time. He's at 18. Make it 19. One more for 20. Yep. So now on to the 30 seconds of bonus time. It's going to be awfully tough for Aaron Judge to beat this mark. Ramirez struggling since he entered the bonus time. Probably going to have enough for one more swing. Not going to happen. So the bonus time proves to not help him as he still finishes with 20. So we're going to simulate to the championship round, and there you go. Aaron Judge only finishes with 16, so Ramirez advances against Jesus Aguilar, who defeats Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So a very unlikely championship as Aguilar finishes with 19 home runs. So that's the mark for Jose Ramirez to beat. Since Aguilar is the 7th seed, he got to go first. So Ramirez is well rested and ready to go. Since this is the first time Ramirez is the highest seed left, we know what we have to beat. The aim is 20. We already have one home run of 440 plus feet for the 30 seconds of bonus time. Ramirez had 20 in the last round, and he had 21 in the prior round. So he's pretty much right on pace to finish at 20, assuming he gets another home run of 440 feet. So it's going to be close, but currently Ramirez is certainly making a good pace. He's probably on pace to hit 20 by the time this timer runs out, so not even counting a 30 seconds of bonus time, which he still has not hit yet. Just called his second timeout, and boom, 443. So Ramirez will officially get the 30 seconds of bonus time, which is huge, but he might not even need it. He's on fire at 16 home runs. Could this be 17? Not quite. Just a little bit shy. That one will go for 17. Here's 18, a mammoth. 1 away from tying, 2 away from winning. Could this be number 19? Yes, it is. Here's 20 for the win. And that one is gone. Jose Ramirez has won the 2022 Home Run Derby as he shakes hands with Jesus Aguilar and then daps up his American League teammate. So there's Jose Ramirez, the Home Run Derby champion. I've noticed if you win a home run derby on this channel, you're in good company. And MLB The Show 20 in our Pirate series, Josh Bell did it 3 times. Then last year, Lenny Lane did it before he was on the Orioles with the Cardinals. And then Louis St. John did it. So being in the same company as those 3, Bell, Ling, and St. John, not too bad. Here's a look at the All-Star rosters. As I said, we have 2. Jose Ramirez will start at third base. And Emmanuel Clase out of the bullpen has made his first career All-Star game, hopefully the first of many. Here is the National League team as well. The pitching matchup will be Garrett Cole from the Yankees. I guess he didn't really need the sticky stuff after all. He's going to take off against Jack Flaherty of the St. Louis Cardinals. Common theme here, we got a lot of Dodgers on the All-Star team, which makes sense. Even though we won our season series against the Dodgers back in June, they are still certainly the best team in the league. So we're going to player lock here with Jose Ramirez. He's hitting 8th. I don't know why he's hitting so low because he's definitely better than the 8th best hitter in the American League. But whatever, we're going to roll with it. As the national anthem is played, the teams are introduced. The Padres and Giants and Braves all get loud boos from the Dodger faithful, probably the Angels as well. Although how could you boo Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani? They are 2 of the most likable players in baseball. So here we go, the 2022 All-Star Game. I think I can say with confidence the Major League All-Star Game is probably the best out of all the major sports leagues. The NBA All-Star Game is fun, but I feel like NBA All-Star Weekend is more about, like, the three-point contest and the dunk contest, I guess, when it was good. And then the Pro Bowl, nobody even tries. So I feel like the MLB All-Star Game, I don't know, there's just something different about it that makes it really special. Here's a look at both lineups as the National League team takes the field. Michael Brantley, a longtime member of our Cleveland organization, leads things off, still with the Houston Astros, still hitting the ball very well. So we're going to hop here into the third inning. No score yet. Jose Ramirez makes his first at-bat of the day against Corbin Burns as he goes down looking on the sinker. The count was full there. You can't go down looking at the All-Star Game, man. Come on. Into the sixth inning now. Still no score. It's Charlie Morton on the bump. Another full count pitch. Ramirez draws a walk. So even though it's an All-Star Game, Ramirez is still working the count here in his first two at-bats. This time he reaches base. So now Ramirez is aboard, but his teammates are having trouble driving him in. One away here for Michael Brantley. Count is 0-2. Brantley hits this one nicely to third. It's caught. Ramirez was running. Luckily, he retreats to first before the third baseman can throw him out. So now two away here, and the American League is going to need a base hit from Xander Bogaerts, the designated hitter, to keep the inning alive. Count is 0-2. Ramirez is running. That one gets by the diving glove of Ozzie Albies, and Ramirez will hold up at third. So it's a single for Xander Bogaerts. And now the American League team is 2 on, 2 out. A big at-bat here for Mike Trout, one of the best in the business, trying to put the AL on the board as this one is grounded to second. Albies flips it over to short. Trey Turner makes the play at second. Still no score. We move now to the eighth inning. Tied at 0 still. That is unbelievable. This is an All-Star game. It's supposed to be about offense, and nobody has scored. Blake Trinan is now on the mound as Ramirez will strike out. So Ramirez goes 0 for 2 with a walk. He never put the bat to the ball in this game as we finally get a fielding opportunity. Nick Anderson facing off against Wilmer Flores. That's a weird all-star. Wilmer Flores, how about that? Liner to third. Good play by J. Ram at the hot corner. So we're now going to simulate to the end of the game, and it's the National League who wins it. They ended up scoring in the bottom of the eighth, and they won this game 1-0. So in both the Futures game and the All-Star game, the NL team won 1-0. That is awfully anticlimactic. 5 hits for the American League, 6 for the National League, and I'm pretty sure the National League team scored on a sacrifice fly, so that makes the whole thing really lame. Nonetheless, All-Star Weekend, or I guess All-Star Week, is now in the books. And now our focus is on the second half of the season. But before that, I do want to look at the minor league all-star games. We're not going to hop into these games, but I do want to look at the minor league rosters. Before we do that, a big trade. Taylor Rogers goes from Minnesota to Philadelphia for a couple prospects, most notably outfielder Simon Muzziotti. So as we look at the AA all-star team, we have Joey Cantillo, Tanner Tully, and Gavin Williams. Williams is one of our best pitching prospects, so that's kind of a big deal. Bo Naylor makes it as well. The Akron Rubber Ducks are having a very good season. There's Junior San Quintin. Aaron Bracco would make it as well. But it wasn't really a surprise to me to see all these AA All-Stars. There's Gabriel Arias, even though he has like -8 contact against lefties. George Valera, who's been fantastic this year, and Kevin Alcantara both make it as well. So that's got to be, what, like 8 All-Stars? AAA, we did not quite have as much luck. We only ended up with 1 All-Star, that being third baseman Janeski Noel, who's having a pretty solid season with the Columbus Clippers, who have not been quite as good as the AA Rubber Ducks. The AA team ended up winning their All-Star game 4-0. Tanner Tully got the win, and we pitched a 2-hitter. And then the AAA All-Star team, I think, won 3-1. So our minor league All-Star teams won. Although, again, there was like no offense in All-Star Weekend other than the Home Run Derby. We're going to simulate up to this series against Tampa Bay because we've already played against the White Sox twice and the Red Sox in this series, and we've never played against Tampa Bay, so I guess that could be fun because the Rays are playing some pretty good baseball. We're starting to get a lot of trade offers rolling in. Here's one from the Twins. They're going to trade us Cody Stashak, who's having a fine season. I ended up declining this trade, although it's not terrible. We ended up going under 500 in our stretch. We went 3-4, which isn't terrible, but it's not that spectacular. I wanted to play this first game against Tampa Bay, get a look at Tristan McKenzie, and it's worth noting, since July 2nd, the Rays have lost 1 game to the Orioles of all teams, but they've lost 1 game. They have not lost since the All-Star break, so these guys are red hot. They have been by far the best team in baseball over the month of July. They've literally lost 1 game in 4 weeks, and the most impressive part is they've done this without arguably their best player. Wander Franco broke his leg, I believe, early in the season. So he has not been healthy during this month of July, and it has not mattered. The top half of their lineup is completely red hot, along with Francisco Mejia, who was an all-star this year, might I add. So let's take a look at the Rays starter today. They're 60-44. They've been unbelievable this month, and it'll be Drew Rasmussen on the bump. He's been fine this year. Not bad, not good, just average. So here's Miles Straw leading off the ball game. Count is full. Draws a walk on the low and outside fastball. Good at bat there for Straw. He is now aboard, and that'll bring out the rookie sensation, Stephen Kwan, who is slowed down as of recent, and he gets plonked on the shoulder. He looks pissed, like he wants to fire up the pitcher or something. So now the Guardians have 2 early base runners for Jose Ramirez, who's been red hot since the All-Star break. Hits it high and deep and gone into the Stingray pool. A 3-run homer for the Home Run Derby champion, Jose Ramirez, who since the All-Star break, all he's done is mash bombs. That's his 31st of the year, his 6th since the All-Star break, and we've played, what, 7 full games plus the first inning of this one? So he is just on a tear right now. And as I said, look at this one. It went into the Stingray pool. 441 feet, an absolute bomb, and there you go. I wonder if the Stingrays thought about that one. I guess Ramirez aimed it perfectly for the pool. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes now, the cleanup hitter. He's been pretty good since the All-Star break. Singles it into left. So the first 4 batters here for the Guardians reach base. Not an ideal start for Drew Rasmussen. It gets worse for the Rays as on that play, third baseman Rougned Odor injured something while diving for the ball, so he's out of the game. Taylor Walls will check in his place. So it has just been a total disaster for Tampa Bay today, but I guess it'll kind of be made up for here on this double play off the bat of Josh Naylor. But you'd think a team who's won every game but one in the past month would have a little more luck, right? So here's Tristan McKenzie. He has an ERA hovering around 5. He hasn't taken the leap that we had hoped for this season. He's still very young. He's only 24 years old. But he hasn't been fantastic this year as he gets Kevin Kiermaier to go down looking. Kiermaier thought that was a ball 4, but the umpire behind the plate says otherwise. That'll bring up the second baseman, Brandon Lau. He goes down on the upstairs splitter. So a much smoother inning there for Tristan McKenzie, and about as good of a textbook start as you could ask for here for Cleveland. We go to the second. Here's Straw up to the plate. Grounds at the third. Good play by Walls. He probably shouldn't have thrown it to second because the runner was almost safe. I believe that was Oscar Mercado. But nonetheless, Tampa Bay gets the out. We move to the bottom of the second. Yandy Diaz strikes out on the fastball. If you count the first batter of the inning, which I didn't show but was also a strikeout, that's 4 straight strikeouts. Make it 5. For Tristan McKenzie, who is dealing so far. I know it's 2 innings, but 5 Ks in 2 frames is pretty good. We move to the third inning, still 3-0 as Jose Ramirez goes down on the circle change. He looked like he was swinging for the fences on that one. Good pitch by Drew Rasmussen, who's pitching a lot better since that first inning. Now against Franmil Reyes, lines it into right, and it is caught! What a catch by Manuel Margot to rob Franmil Reyes on the base hit as we look at that replay again. Fantastic defense by Margot, and it remains 3-0. No base hits since the top of the first inning, but Josh Naylor changes that here in the fourth with a no-out single. So Cleveland now has a runner aboard here. That'll bring up Andres Jimenez, who grounds it right to the pitcher. Rasmussen over to the shortstop, who gets it to first for a 1-6-3 double play. That'll end Drew Rasmussen's day. 4 innings, 3 earned runs. He was great, however, in the final 3 innings he pitched. Bottom 4, McKenzie still on fire as he strikes out Kevin Kiermaier on the high fastball. Then against Austin Meadows. Ooh, that's nasty. That was a full count, too. A way outside splitter. Still got him. And Tristan McKenzie is dominating right now as he strikes out Yandy Diaz as well. He didn't quite strike out the side because he allowed a walk in that inning, but he struck out the 3 batters who were out. Jeffrey Springs is in for Tampa Bay in relief for Rasmussen. I don't think they should have taken Rasmussen out so early. He had just had 3 straight scoreless frames, and so far Springs is struggling as he allows the first 2 base runners to get aboard. That was Oscar Mercado, who singled into center, so now 2 aboard. Nobody out for Miles Straw, who's going to pop this one into right field. Margot is under it. He will catch it. Austin Hedges is going to head to third on the sacrifice fly. And he is not even close. Gun down! I guess you could say Manuel Margot is a part-time ball player, full-time sniper. That'll bring us to Stephen Kwan, who strikes out. So that'll be out number 3. But not so fast. Zunino overthrows the first baseman. Oscar Mercado on his horse. He's headed home. And the Guardians lead 4-0. So it's an error by Mike Zunino, who overthrows the first baseman. Good hustle there by Mercado. And now Steven Kwan is in scoring position. Jose Ramirez, unfortunately, would not drive him in, so we go to the bottom of the fifth as Taylor Walls goes down looking. Tristan McKenzie continues to be a strikeout machine as he is just on fire right now. J.T. Chargois is in for Tampa Bay here in the sixth inning. Score remains 4-0 in favor of the Cleveland Guardians. As with 2 away, it's Andres Jimenez. 0 for 2 today. Swings at a pitch he really shouldn't have. He made solid contact with it, considering it was so inside. But nonetheless, a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Esteban Quiroz is up. He lines it fair. That one almost looked foul, but the first base umpire rules it fair, and that will be a double. So Quiroz is aboard with nobody out. Tampa Bay with a runner in scoring position and a great opportunity to get back into the ball game. So that'll bring up the following batter, Randy Arozarena, who goes down looking on the fastball. Another K for Tristan McKenzie with a capital K in his name. 2 away now. That'll bring up Brandon Lau, who goes Oppo Taco. 2-run homer into left, and Tampa Bay is finally on the board as the scoreless drought is over. A 2-run homer for Lau is 22nd of the year, and the Reyes cut the lead in half as it's now 4-2. This probably would have been McKenzie's last inning, so it's a shame he couldn't get a full 6-inning shutout performance, but he has still been fantastic. Going to try to finish it off here against Austin Meadows, who grounds it up the middle. The Guardians play the shift perfectly as Jimenez throws him out at first. So Brandon Lau scores 2 off of the home run, puts the Rays back into the ball game as it's now 4-2. We move to the bottom of the 7th. And Yel de los Santos is in for Cleveland. He has not been all that good with a 5.88 ERA, looking to pick that up today, or I guess pick it down, technically. Yandy Diaz opens up the inning. He's going to hit this one nicely into right, and it will drop fair for an extra base hit. Reyes over to it slowly. He does have a great throw, however, to second, but Diaz is safe, so it's a no-out double. And again, Tampa Bay starts the inning with a runner in scoring position. 2 away now for Manuel Margot, who's been a whiz defensively. Singles it into center. The throw from Straw to the plate is not in time, so it's an RBI single for Manuel Margot as Yandy Diaz scores standing up, and the Rays have it within 1 as it's now 4-3. Don't look now, but Tampa Bay's coming back as Quiroz lines it to left. Good catch by Oscar Mercado, but another good inning here for the Rays, who have made this a game as it's now 4-3. Brooks Raley is in here in the 8th inning for Tampa Bay. He's been fantastic with a 1.54 ERA. Faces off against Franmil Reyes with a runner on first and 1 away. Draws a walk. So now Cleveland has 2 runners aboard here and a big opportunity to do some damage. 2 away now for Ahmed Rosario. Lines this one fair into right for what looks like an extra base hit. Jose Ramirez will score. Reyes will hold up at third. The Guardians thought about sending him home, but he would have been out. Nonetheless, an RBI double for Ahmed Rosario, and it's now a 5-3 game as Raley is taken out of the game. Matt Whistler is in his place. 3.58 ERA in 51 appearances as Bobby Bradley comes in as a pinch hitter. Draws a walk. So the bases are now loaded. A big opportunity here for the catcher, Austin Hedges. Hedges 0 for 2 with a walk today, looking to do some damage as he flies this one into right. Should be caught, and it will. That's more so right center, but nonetheless, Tampa Bay comes down with it. It's a Rosarena. Still a good inning, though, as Cleveland is back on the board with a double by Ahmed Rosario as it's 5-3. Nick Sandlin is in for the Guardians. He's had not a very good month of July, if we're being brutally honest, looking to get a little bit better here as he walks Kevin Kiermaier with 1 away. That'll bring up Brandon Lau with a home run in his last at-bat. Swinging a miss on the inside fastball. Big strikeout there for Nick Sandlin. He would make it through the rest of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. The first-time All-Star, man, it feels good to say that. Emmanuel Clase is in for the save. 30 for 32 in save ops this season with a 1.82 ERA. As he starts with Yandy Diaz, lines it into center. That'll drop for a hit. Straw could have tried to dive and make a really nice catch, but he didn't want to risk turning that into an extra base hit. 1 away now for Taylor Walls. He grounds it to second. Chang to Rosario to Bradley. That's your ball game. 4-6-3 double play finishes off the job as the Cleveland Guardians take this one home 5-3. This was a weird game, but at the end of the day, a win's a win, especially against a team like the Rays, who has lost 1 game within the last 4 weeks. Our offense wasn't great. We had the big home run in the first inning by Jose Ramirez that really propelled us. It was the pitching that won us this game today. Tristan McKenzie had one of his best starts of the year, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts. He allowed the 2 runs late. It really looked like he was going to get a shutout, but unfortunately he was unable to. Tampa Bay did not hit the ball well either. 3 runs, 6 hits. Their pitching was just a little bit worse. We're going to simulate this game here on July 30th. It's Shane Bieber Day, facing off against Shane McClanahan to try to put us at 500 going into July 31st, which is, of course, the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and we would end up winning. So that'll put us at 53 and 53. We got a trade offer from the Phillies, and it's a really interesting one. Corey Knebel, who's a great relief pitcher, and Rhys Hoskins, who's a really good middle-of-the-order first baseman for Miles Straw. Value-wise, that's a steal for us. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to keep the door open on this trade for the trade deadline in the next episode, because that just might be too good of value to pass up, even if Straw is younger than those guys. So that's going to wrap up the video here, 53 and 53. What do you guys think we should do at the deadline? Should we buy? Should we sell? We're 4.5 games out of a wild card spot. We're certainly going to keep our eye on the trade block, try to figure out some players who we could get in a discount, because that's what the trade block really is. So we're in a very flexible position, which I like. We have options here at the deadline. Let me know what you think we should do in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.